Russia and the U.S. have agreed to start working toward ending the war in Ukraine while also improving their diplomatic ties.
This after top diplomats met in Saudi Arabia today. Fox 8's Linda Schmidt joins us now with more on these very high-stakes talks.
Very high stakes, and Secretary of State Marco Rubio today saying that progress was definitely made in that face-to-face meeting today. The U.S. and Russia agreeing to work toward ending that war in Ukraine and also paving the way for a summit between President Trump and Vladimir Putin. Now, Saudi Arabia hosting the talks to end the nearly 3-year war in Ukraine. Now, there are still more conversations to be had here, obviously, and a lot of details to work out. But the first step is normalizing relations between the U.S. and Russia by restoring staffing at their embassies in both Washington and Moscow. The second step is creating a high-level team to negotiate a peace plan for Ukraine.
The goal is to bring an end to this conflict in a way that's fair, enduring, sustainable, and acceptable to all parties involved. What that looks like, well, that's what the ongoing engagement is going to be all about.
Ukraine and European leaders say they are being sidelined in this entire process because they are not involved in the talks. Now, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky has warned multiple times that his country will not accept any outcome unless Ukraine is part of the process. However, U.S. officials are stressing today that just because Ukraine was not at today's meeting does not mean the country is not in the loop.
We are absolutely talking to both sides. The Secretary of State just met with President Zelensky days ago, along with the Vice President, 7 cabinet members in Europe at the same time. We'll continue to remind everyone, literally within minutes of President Trump hanging up with President Putin, he called and spoke with President Zelensky.
And by the way, U.S. officials are saying that summit between Presidents Trump and Putin could happen in the coming weeks.
All right.
Well, all right. Thanks, Linda.
Thank you.